Welcome to the Forever Cash Life Real Estate Investing Podcast with your hosts, Jack and Michelle Bosch. Together, let's uncover the secrets to building true wealth through real estate and living a purpose-driven life.
How you guys doing? My name is David Van. I'm one of the concierges in the group, okay? Which is where you're watching me, okay? So right here, I got some secrets to talk about, some strategies, some real life experience, and what's working more in 2021 compared to 2020, okay? How you guys doing? If you jump in here, please leave me a comment. Let me know you're here. Maybe I can be able to answer some questions as I go along, but the way we're kind of setting this up is I really want to give, right? And a little back and forth, right? Okay, so Mark Thomas is first. What's up, Chris? How you doing, big dog? And I'm just really happy for everybody that's going to join me today because I'm going to take you guys behind the scenes on what this looks like as a business, okay? So you really want to take this seriously. A lot of people maybe start doing this as a hobby, and to turn it into a business is totally different, okay? So we're gonna talk about how to turn this into a business. And a business is something that's making money. Let's talk about what we actually have to do, what the difference is, a little bit of expectations, okay? And what am I doing differently now? Right now, I wanna talk about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things that I'm doing in 2021 that I know you can help from this. I know you're gonna leave some notes, send me a DM if you have any kind of, if you need any kind of clarification about some of this stuff, we can talk about it, okay? This is why I'm here. I'm here to kind of explain some of this stuff, okay? That's exactly why I'm here, all right? So let's take advantage of it, all right? So, number one, let me just preface this by saying a lot of this stuff that I'm talking about right here, we're actually talking in the masterclass. So if you don't quite understand exactly what I'm saying right now, what we're doing is we're doing land flipping and we're turning that strategy into a very specific business that makes money. And I think that's why Jack called it the Land Proft Generator, because it's generating money, okay? So we want to make our money here. And then if you want to invest it here, invest it there, or save it, or buy silver, buy crypto, that's great. But you want to make your money here. And these are some tools that you can use today to make that easier. Does that sound cool? Number one of the things that I'm doing in 2021 that I was not doing last year was I'm recording all of my vendors on a spreadsheet with kind of like a note, right? So like I have a spreadsheet and it's called vendors. And it's all of my realtors, my title agents, my contractors, my CPAs, my lawyers, my power team. And they all got different tabs, right? And then here's the other thing I got too. I got their prices too, okay? So I got what markets they're good at, what they're good at, and their pricing, right? You know, this is really helpful for title agents and realtors, extremely helpful. You know, some title agents, or some realtors are like really good at commercial properties. Some are really good at residential. Some are really good at cheap properties. Some are really good at expensive properties, right? So if you actually have this itemized, it can help you a lot and it can pay big dividends because literally almost everything that I'm going to explain today, my virtual assistant is doing for me. Yep, everything except for one. My virtual assistant is doing 80% of what we're talking about here, okay? So recording all vendors, I get a lot of my vendors through LinkedIn, okay, and referrals, and this group. I love doing deals with other investors. I love doing deals with other professionals. You can find them here. You can find them in the coaching group. I know people that's made 6 figures just off of referrals, just being in the coaching group. Could you imagine being in the coaching group and just off of referrals making $100,000 a year? Do you imagine that? Just on referrals, okay? All right, cool. The other thing that I'm doing with my team is I'm trying to build a like a family unit within my team, okay? So I go individually to my VAs and I say, what do you want? What are you trying to get accomplished by working with me and our company? And I use our company. I use that word, our company. I say, what do you want? Is it a new computer? Is it a house? Is it you want to buy a new car? Like, what is it? Okay? Because if I can isolate what they really want, I'm going to help them. Okay? I'm going to help them. Is it I need enough money to make a deposit on this house? Okay, great. If you sell 12 properties in a month, I'll give you this much bonus. You know, I need to find out, or I'll pay for it myself. What does it got to be? You know, so I'm really trying to dive into what my team needs to be successful for me in our business, right? So helping my team with their personal goals is really, really important. Okay. Number 3, which makes me sleep at night, guys. Do you want to sleep at night? Do you want to sleep at night as an investor? Now, the coaches talk a lot about this. They're the best in the world. But it's the retainers for my lawyers and my CPA. Okay? And my lawyers, my CPA, my realtor, I only have one rule with them. I don't need them to be the best in the world. What I need them is I'll ask them straight up, I need to know if I call you, you pick up the phone. That's what I need. And I need that, right? Now, I understand you might be in a business meeting or something. Maybe you can't pick up the phone right then and there. But, this is what I need. If you can't do that, then I'm just not the right ideal client for you. And I may not only call you only maybe once a month, but I need to know my CPA, my realtor, my title agent. If I call them, they're going to pick up the phone. Okay? So I sleep at night knowing that they do, okay? Now, when you start doing a couple deals, anyone in this group can do this business. I know that. I know you can, okay? I know you have the potential to do this. What's going to separate you from being successful and what's not is implementation, okay? You have to be a master of implementation, all right? Now, because I have my experts and my power team on retainer, and I can rely on them, I can sleep at night. And when you start doing a deal a month, you start doing 5 deals, next thing you know, you're doing 10 deals a month, you're gonna have enough money to be able to pay for it. So don't worry about it, okay? Take it really seriously, okay? We're talking about how to turn this hobby into a business, okay? So next level stuff, all right? So cool. All right, then I'm really focused the rest of this year and next year on building wealth, not income. Big difference. I had this phenomenal business mentor of mine. He was telling me the difference between income and wealth, and it blew my mind. And income is like a hamster wheel, right? We're addicted to it. We love it. We're getting that hit. We're getting this. We're getting that. But where do we put our money? What do we do with it? How are we carrying the cart forward? What are we doing with that, right? And so if you have a business, every Fortune 500 business prepares and budgets and accounts for and builds a game plan on future economies, right? Other marketing methods, like they're constantly innovating, right? And so one of their innovations is to prepare to utilize the money you're making here with your income from the Land Proft Generator method to build it to wealth, okay? Once you start doing that, now you're gonna feel free. Now you're gonna be like, man, all I have to do is sell literally a deal a month. So I have to maybe put out 1,500 letters at $750, boom, 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 boom. Everything changes for you when you have a game plan and you're implementing it and you're successful doing it. Now you just gotta take a little bit of that and turn it into wealth, okay? That really makes my family sleep at night, okay? So the other thing, the last thing that I'm really focused on this year that I wasn't when I first got started was recorded deal tracker, okay? So I am obsessive about this in my business, that every single property, every single deal, every single contract has a next step, okay? So if you imagine like your CRM, where it's just like, there's like a status on this property, okay? Well, the next step is what we have to do next, and the next, and the next, and the next, and the next. Now, what I actually do for my VAs, now the coaches taught me how to do this. was to build out action plans for every single step. Okay. Now, when I build out action plans for every single step, I build out training videos like this, and I say, watch this. Okay. One step is to record the deed. Okay. So I do a training video on how to record the deed. One action step is pick what kind of contract we're going to use. Okay. Then I give them the options, and I'm doing a demonstration of what to do. So if you're doing this correctly with your coaches, you can find a way to get systematized, to delegate, to be, separate yourself from the business, that you can look down on your business and your business is performing without you. Okay. So my deal tracker with my deals, every single stage that property's in has a very specific next step. And that way it helps me too, because I can look at it and I can be like, hey, this is going to take 30 minutes or this is going to take 2 days, and then I could hold my assistants accountable to doing that. What I see a lot of times is new investors, they don't know how to put all this together. So if you're in the coaching program, you really legitimately want to have like a checklist. Boom, 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 boom. And if it's 115, it's 115. You need to have this checklist properly organized and break that 115 into like 6 different chunks, right? So like 25, 25, 25, whatever it is, okay? If you have that properly done, you're going to learn a lot of what that is in the masterclass. But this is where we turn our hobby into a business. We all know land flipping works. There wouldn't be this many students in there. There wouldn't be this many successful students for like 15 years. Jack's been teaching, and Jack and Michelle's been teaching the Land Proft Generator without it being a profitable strategy, okay? This system works. We know that, okay? What is holding you back? Some of these things that I mentioned today is what held me back from a 7-figure business in the past, because I just didn't have the organization skills. So yeah, these things right here is really important, because these make me sleep at night. These are super important, and it's the organization of your business, and it's what's going to keep momentum, right? And as long as you have momentum, I just seen Mark just did his deal. I was super happy about that. One of the things I was really happy was because why Mark actually got started. And I hope you don't mind me talking about you, Mark. Mark's a good friend of mine, so I hope that's okay. And Mark was telling me about his family and his kid, and why it was so important and how dedicated he was. And this is exactly why Mark's on every single one of my videos. And that's why he's always here first. Okay, so he's a good friend of mine. Be like Mark. Be like Mark, because you can do this too. Mark held himself accountable. He put money aside and he says, you know what? I'm just going to do this. I'm going to make this work because I know it works. I see other people doing it. I'm going to make it work for me too. So I love that, man. That's my why, he just said. That's incredible. So, all right, cool. So these are recording all of my vendors, helping my team with their personal goals, retainers for my CPAs, my lawyers, and my realtors, okay? Why I use my realtor, okay? Building wealth, not income, and recorded deal tracker. That's super, super, super important. Probably the last one is what's going to make it easier for you, because a lot of people get started and, quite honestly, you need a coach. If you're going to get to your goals, it's just going to be faster for you if you have somebody to talk to you and tell you what to do. Okay, what you don't want to do at the end of the day with this is waste money. You don't want to waste money. If you want to waste money, go to Vegas. You're going to have a lot more fun. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have a lot more fun if you go to Vegas and you waste their money here, rather than wasting your money on marketing and contracts and deeds. And it's crazy. It's crazy. Don't be one of these guys that goes out and buys a $100,000 property with your cash and sits on it and doesn't know what to do. And when you could have been in the program and you could have just got it under contract and not paid $1 out of pocket and found a buyer and used the buyer's money and made 35 grand. Just don't be one of those guys that just does it the wrong way. Just follow the system the way it's actually built, okay? This is why it was built this way. All right, cool. So yeah, so I wanted to give you guys some really good, really high level, really top shelf, just some really honesty about what it actually takes to have a 7-figure business and how serious you have to take some of this stuff. As a land flipper, being friends with the other coaches, being friends with all the students here. By the way, every single person that's commented on this is personal friends of mine. Okay, these are friends because they're doing the same thing as me. All right, so we're all in this together. So that's why we're all in this group. Let's hold each other accountable, guys. Okay, let's hold each other. As a matter of fact, most of the people that commented are in the coaching program and even renewing into the coaching program. And that's why, because they want to be in a successful ecosystem. It's the ecosystem that works, right? You know, think back when you had a coach, like I had a basketball coach who really held me accountable. And I still think to this day, when I'm doing stuff that's hard, I think back to my basketball coach who was in my freshman year. His name was Aaron Canner, and how he talked to me and how he held me accountable and how he wouldn't let me leave practice until I made so many shots. And, you know, he expected me to try hard. He was the only coach that actually pushed me to be successful. So, you know, that's why I'm sure that's one of the reasons why everyone that's in the coaching program that's watching this right now is super pumped up. And that's why they love their program and their coaching so much, because they know it works. Okay, let's hold each other accountable. Let's get to the next step. Let's really use some of these strategies. Leave me a comment, leave me a DM. Let's get signed up for the masterclass. Tell me what you're working on in your business right now. Let me know how I can help. Okay, guys, I hope that really helps. Let's push it forward. Let's do some deals. All right, guys, thanks a lot. All right, bye.